Welcome to the first ever YouTube channel on why I decided to start a fashion business. So welcome to the first and ever video that I've ever made. I'm pretty sure it's more to come. I'm pretty sure I'll be more perked up, not in the bed, in the office, or whatever. Getting some work done, showing you how to do things. But since this being the first one, I want to, be comfortable. And on this video, I just want to discuss what made me decide to start a fashion business. A lot of people got, different brands and different, you know, clothing lines. And why I really wanted to start this business is because, for one, I like fashion. I mean, I love it. Lately I haven't been into it as much as so much as going out and buying another person's brand. Like, I feel like I'm flyer than a Gucci or a Prada or any of that. Just me personally, I can't see myself going in a store buying something that I can make. Don't make no sense to me. So another reason why I decided to start it is because I love dressing women. I love empowering women. For one, um, nothing makes me so excited than just seeing something I designed on a woman that's putting fear in people when she walks down that runway. It's like, oh, who is she? You know. What got me started is my mother gave me my first sewing machine. At first, I was just the type of dude just gluing stuff on Air Force Ones, Gucci. I know you remember when Gucci was getting put on Air Force Ones. I was that guy doing that. So it all started off like a glue, iron on, DIY projects around the crib. Then I went in the basement. She had a sewing machine. My mama had a sewing machine. So I'm like, okay, get to messing with this. I got to messing with it. It was broke, so you had to, turn it manually. So I got the feel of it. Started doing that, and then I started making clothes. This is when I started making like suit jackets. I don't know if you remember that. Ever since then, I really started getting the hang of it and going places. People ask me where you get your clothes from, or where you get this from. I'm like, man, I made it. Like, you made that? People couldn't believe it. So it was like that attention in that, those vibes I was, getting from people. It was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna do this. So what really made me turn it into a business was because I was just a guy in a basement, just with a broken sewing machine, till I got serious, and then I brought my first sewing machine. So I started making stuff. Just I ain't even had nobody to even make nothing for. I just like to make it. So just seeing what I can do. And then my girl, she just started posting stuff on Facebook, online, or whatever. Then somebody was like, oh, I wonder, can you make my daughter a prom dress? And me never making a prom dress a day in my life, never even knowing what fabric to choose from or anything. I'm like, yeah, man, yeah, I can make a prom dress. I'm like, okay, just to challenge myself. And sometimes you got to challenge yourself just to see what you're capable of. I'll be so thirsty to see how far I can take it that I wonder when will I fail. So like you gotta push yourself to see your limit. So anyway, I got that prom dress, my first order. I'm like, okay. Somebody depended on me. So it ain't even about me no more. It ain't about, I got a client, I got a customer. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make this dress, like this prom dress. So we went and picked out the fabric. It's my first, never done it before. Scared as hell. So we go get the fabric. She picked the fabric out. She asked me how much will I charge her. I'm like, me not knowing anything about the market, not knowing what dresses are going for. I made my first prom dress for my client for, you're not gonna believe this. My first prom dress sold for $150. So of course they was like, yeah, okay, yeah, you doing the prom dress. So I'm up all night worrying about how I'm gonna get this dress made. But I knew certain techniques to do it. And then the design she showed me, I'm like, okay, man, I can pull that off. Just show me the fabric, show me what color material you want. We went, grabbed the material. So first project, I'm all night losing sleep because I'm cutting the appliques out. Techniques that I know now that would have saved me back then. I'm thinking back now, like, okay, now I know how to, you know, do this legit now. Just thinking back then, I was like, man, I was like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to figure out how to make a prom dress. So we end up getting a prom dress fitted to the girl, and she loved it. Like, absolutely loved the dress, like completely, like to the point where I'm like, damn, I had to sit back and be like, damn, I did that. I just made a whole prom dress. It was my first client, my first actual human being that relied on me for services. So it was like, all right, okay. After that, I'm like, okay, what I gotta do to get this legit? Okay, I'll come up with a name. That's when I came up with the name, God Stitch. Bam, okay, boom. Like I done had a few names before, like several different names, but this one stuck the most. I started learning about fabrics, learning different techniques, becoming absolutely obsessed with it. Not even, it stopped being about fashion. It jumped into all, makeup artists, what a fine nose at, photography. I'm getting to the point like I ain't gonna spill the beans on what I got planned, but I'm becoming totally obsessed with the business of fashion and beauty. Like anything that has to do with it, I'm definitely up on it. So, man, that's pretty much how I got started into it and why I really wanted to do this. And yeah, man, it's been a long journey. It's still a beginning. I'm still at the beginning stage. I feel like, because honestly, I wish I would have had this mindset when I was, in my 20s. I mean, I look like I'm in my 20s now, but had I had this mindset that I got right now in my 20s, my family would be straight. Because right now I kind of got a family, so they, the business and my family, they both get both my time. So it's like, okay, it's a balancing act. Then I still got a whole 9 to 5. Back in the day, I would have took a risk, went all out on a limb, started working on this business from the jump, eat salami sandwiches every day, and walk to work, or whatever, because struggle ain't nothing to me, to a boss. But when you got people relying on you, you gotta play your cards right. You gotta do it the right way. You gotta strategically make the transition from that 9 to 5 to your business being your main baby. You see what I'm saying? And you got too much room for error when you got people relying on you, especially your family. So, that being said, that's why I started this. That's why I started the brand God Stitch. Uh, yeah, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share, whatever. You got any questions, just hit me in the comments below. Stay tuned for some more, man. I'm gonna try to build this, you did, because it's getting to the point where, man, I need some passive income.